hey, I heard you're starting your YouTube journey and you're gonna start with vlogs. Do me a favor, don't. I'm gonna break down how vlogs can hold back your channel and what you should be doing instead. Let's get into it. Hi guys, I'm Bree, if you're new here, founder of Purpose Brand Management, and I am your go-to for all things personal branding and social media strategy. And yes, today we're diving into vlogs. Nobody's gonna talk about it, so I will. I'm gonna share what you should be focusing on to build traction and gain a loyal audience. Stick with me. So vlogs, just simply put, they lack a true value proposition. Simply put, vlogs are personal and about your life. And when no one knows you, nobody cares. You should be focused on searchable content always, because YouTube is a search engine at the end of the day. And if you're like, but Bree, I want to make vlogs, stick around. I'll get into how you can make vlogs that are more searchable. So if you're making a video, a vlog, and you're out for the weekend, you're going to a Gunna concert, then you're going to brunch, and you put up weekly vlog or weekend vlog, Gunna concert and brunch. Boring and nobody cares. Instead of doing that, why don't you put on the title of the video, 5 things to do in Houston for the weekend? People know what they're expecting. They're expecting you to go to a Gunna concert because you said you were doing 5 things. So one of those things could be a Gunna concert. One of those things could be your favorite brunch spot, and fill in the blank with the rest of the 3. But the difference is one of those titles is searchable and one of them is not. So that will get you halfway there. The title alone will get you halfway there. So if you formulate a better title and you say, hey, here are 5 cool things to do in Houston, 5 best things to do in Houston, 5 places you have to go to in Houston over the weekend, 5 weekend spots that you have to go to over the weekend. You see how all of those things are things that people would look up, but your weekly vlog with a dash Gunna concert dash brunch, it's not gonna cut it. Let me know down below if you guys have also tried vlogs in the comment section, because I want to hear from you guys. So going into that a little bit, create vlogs around trending topics. This will help you a lot. I typically tell people that I work with, always try to somehow make a trending topic relatable to you and your content. Let me give you an example. We're moving into the new year. I don't know when this will be posted. It may be new year already. But people are gonna be looking on ways to be more productive, ways to be better. People in January want to be the best version of themselves. So you should be really trying to take advantage of that time if you are someone who can appeal to that group. For example, if you like lifestyle content, instead of saying spend the week with me, dash spa, dash dinner, dash self-care, boring. Maybe instead you do, here's 10 life hacks for a productive morning. Yes, maybe you go to the spa in the vlog, you do your hair, you do your makeup, but these are things, what are you doing in the video that are making this a productive morning, right? If you know, okay, for me to be productive, I need to do my makeup in 10 minutes, like 30-minute makeup I can't do. So maybe you're showing that audience member in your vlog how you're getting your makeup done in 10 minutes and they struggle with doing it in 10 minutes. Maybe a productive morning tip for you could be like, okay, in the morning, you put your protein in your coffee. Most people struggle with trying to get their protein intake up. So it's like, use the vlog to your advantage. Use it to show them your lifestyle. You're still showing them your personality. You still want them to be fans of you, but give them value and give them a reason to be there. Thirdly, most times vlogs require an existing audience. For example, let me show you the natural segue that most creators on YouTube have done to get to vlogs. For example, a fitness creator might do workout routines or protein intakes or recipe hacks and stuff at the beginning of their content journey. They show you how they do their workout. They show you how they grew their glutes. They show you how they've got, their 6-pack, all these things. And once they gain an audience, and once you gain an audience and they follow you for the knowledge, the more people follow you and engage in the content, they want to know more about you naturally, because they see you as this person. They're going to naturally want to be nosy and know more about your life. And this is an easy segue into vlogs. Now you could do some behind the scene training type of videos where you're showing them, here's what I do in a day where it's my rest day from the gym. Here's what I do to prepare for leg day, and it's giving people a natural segue into vlogs while you already have this audience that is here because of the lifestyle that you've exuded through your gains. So now it's natural for you to show them what you're doing. Another example is people like Aaliyah, Jackie Aina. People got started doing beauty tutorials on here, and it's like they show us how to do their makeup. They show us how they did their hair, their next weave install. All these things are cool, but eventually people want to know more about your life. So now, naturally, you can take them on a maintenance day with you, right? Spend the day with me. You know, they hop with you, you know, you go get your favorite croissant at your favorite bakery, then you hop over to get your hair done, now your nails, your wax, all these things. They spent the whole day with you, and you're building rapport with the audience. Like, at the end of the day, your audience members, this is a two-way relationship. So you have to make sure you're nurturing it in a way and not making your audience sit down and watch a 50-minute, you know, vlog of you combing your hair and, you know, just talking randomly on there. You get what I'm saying? Like, there's natural segues to good results, if that makes sense. And I'm not saying that you can't start with vlogs, but at the same time, you would have more effective vlogs and a better response rate to those vlogs if you created how-to and searchable content to start. Now, if you're like, Bree, that doesn't sound right to me. There are statistics, and I actually have, follow me on TikTok if you want to see the statistics documents that I showed when they did a study comparing new vlog channels versus new how-to content channels. So people in beauty, people in fashion, showing us how to do something. 70 to 80% of those channels that were in the how-to section of YouTube were successful. When they looked back at the vlog channel content, they only saw that 10 to 20% of new vlog channels were successful. So I'm a person who prefers numbers and data to support things. And if I'm a new YouTuber who I want to make this a lifestyle and I do want to gain an audience, I am at the beginning going to post my how-to content and maybe integrate vlogs, but I'm not only just going to post vlogs only. There should never at the beginning be a vlog only channel. Also, when you're making vlog content, and this is going to be point 4, a lot of vlogs lack a storyline. Like we're just following people around aimlessly, and that can work with some creators. But if you're new, it's gonna be hard for people to engage. And once again, going back to having an established audience. So try to build a storyline or try to build a theme around your vlogs. Like, what can people expect from the vlogs? Like, if we know somebody is chaotic and every time they, you know, vlog and they go out in public, we know we can expect to see chaos. What can people expect to see in your vlogs? If you can't think of one thing that people can expect to see, then you don't have cohesion within your vlogs. And that means people won't be able to attach themselves to something. So I know this was a shorter video, but I just wanted to really talk about and really make you guys consider again, you know, if vlogs are going to be your route of choice. I do think vlogs are helpful. I watch vlogs myself. I think people love them to get to know creators better. They want to see the behind the scenes of their everyday life. But you know, at the beginning, give them a little value, you know? The same way you don't really trust a person that you met and they're like, oh, if a stranger told you, hey, come to the store with me for like 30 minutes. We're just gonna walk around, talk, hang out. You'd be like, But you know, if a friend who's always giving you advice and you've seen her do her thing, she's always got, you know, something going on to where you're like, oh, I've been taking tips from her. Like, I trust her. And she's like, hey, come with me on an hour shopping trip. Let's go to the mall. You're like, bro, yeah, because she's probably going to show me something that I want anyway, because she's already been giving me these cool gems. Like, treat this like a relationship, guys. The day you stop treating, you know, your followers just like followers and you treat them like actual audience members and people who exist in real life, that is when I think you will have that connection. And then you can move from creating how-to content, giving value content, to eventually now you can move out into vlogs and do it successfully. So the biggest reason I'm saying, you know, maybe take a break on vlogs at the beginning too, is also, guys, the time commitment. If it takes you 20 minutes to film a how-to video and you're showing people something, you're giving them advice, versus filming an hour worth of vlogs, editing an hour worth of vlogs and they don't perform. That's why it's important to make sure you're supplementing the content. Give people two different ways to join with you. And if you see the vlogs aren't performing, do something else at the beginning, because I guarantee you it's because of one of the reasons I've listed earlier. If you have any additional questions about vlogs or any of that content, make sure you ask me down below, and also drop the secret emoji if you stayed to the end of the video. And I will see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.